Alright. Guess I better go ahead and... Alright. I guess I better go ahead and do this anyways, because everybody wants to know this ending. Welcome to another show, which I haven't been able to do in a while. I know that the intro is kind of laggy. It's not in really good condition right now. I haven't really been I wasn't able to make a live stream lately. I know that most people don't like live streams like this. It's mostly because of the fact that it's pretty boring and cringy as hell, to be honest with you guys. But considering that YouTube doesn't pay me that much, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about this issue because a lot of people talked about the Cornelia virus a lot. The fact that I did get some information about this virus, and the fact that this virus has, I believe, symptoms that you can detect. One is a high fever, 2 is a cold, 3 is breathing problems. Those are the three things that come in. These are the three symptoms that they found in the Cornelia virus. And a lot of people, I noticed lately, the WHO tried to reword some of the things that they did, and they didn't want to admit that this was a pandemic. And they tried to blame this whole issue on Trump when, from what I understand from the storyline, I have no issue with Trump. The only issue that I have is that a lot of people kind of talk about these issues and are scared about the fact that that they would be deported by... that is the biggest fear, because of the fact of his policy on immigration and everything. That is the reason why Trump is hated. Also, the fact that businesses don't like him, especially when he started the trade wars with China, because of the fact that it costs a lot for shipping, and that is the reason why people are upset with him. And that's why, you see Apple, you see other companies trying to tell him, look, getting upset with him about this, you have to really reason with him and tell him, look, you're hurting our business. We want you to know that. And the fact that you're trying to make this hard for us to make a living off of this, you're basically overcharging the shipping, and now China has the power to do that. And this is the kind of situation that it kind of leads to. And the fact that there's not much I could tell you guys about this issue, other than the fact that some people have been talking about this, and there's been a lot of things that have been going on lately, especially in the sphere of what's going on. A lot of people have been talking about this because it's like a very difficult time, and yet they're trying to blame. And right now, I noticed this thing in the Democratic campaign. Right now, a lot of people were hoping for Bernie to become the biggest deal for America, which I can understand, because it's proving to be a very difficult time, especially what was going on. When you see the news outlets going off on Bernie Sanders, and you see a lot of the people making the same vague wording to describe Bernie, especially bringing up some past things that he done, and a lot of the things that people are doing right now. And I noticed that the big businesses, the reason why they're going after him, and I'm going to tell you why, because a lot of these businesses are worried that he would tax the rich. And that is the reason why a lot of these people are saying these mean things about him, because he was the first person to bring up the idea of taxing the rich. And this becomes a big problem. There's been a lot of issues that are going on right now, especially right now. I found out that the Seattle Comic-Con may be in a bad situation right now. Seattle is a ground zero for Cornelius virus in America. Don't go to a freaking convention there. If you do, you're entrusting your health and hygiene habits of nerds. That's a joke. Try to make it more memorable. Yeah, I'm serious. Cancel it. Get a refund now. This is what this guy said. This is what the guy said. Because of the fact that that situation is really bad in Seattle, and right now that virus is pretty much bad. I'm not going to say anything negative about Seattle, considering that they are trying their best to contain the virus, and I know that they've been struggling lately with this situation, especially right now. Especially the tech companies are, like, you may notice that graphics cards are going up in price because of this situation, and it used to be like 200 something bucks for an AMD card, like $289 or 300 bucks. Now it's going up in price. Let me see if I can show you guys. Let me see if I can get on Amazon here or something like that, or let me go on Newegg and see what they have, because you may notice that the prices of Newegg, let's see, Newegg, let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on. Let me go ahead and get you guys the main display here. You can see right here that a lot of these have gone up lately, except for these cards. They're getting a little bit cheaper here. You can see right here, but you may notice that it's due to the shipping and the cost of shipping these days and the risk of shipping. You can see right here they're going up in price. A lot of the AMD stuff too is going up in price. You can see right here, it's like this is actually the normal price that they have it at, but you may notice let's see here, the Asus Phantom, oh, that's a 570, but their newer graphics cards that they have this generation, the AMD let me see, was the RX 5000 series cards, they're going up in price. So let's see what we have here. Let me go ahead and look up MSI and see what, or the Sapphire ones. I'm going to go ahead and try the 8GB ones and just apply this and see what we have. Because you can see right here, this used to be like 200 something. Now it's like $339, and they went up in price. Considering that this has been a little bit more than what you would expect, a lot of the graphics cards for the RX 5000 series cards, you can see right here, that used to be like $289. Now it's like $399. That went up in price. You can see right here, this card used to be like $2 something, but of course it's still going up in price because they're gonna, considering the demand for these cards are pretty popular these days, and even although there is a bigger issue with those cards, that they definitely are having issues, especially they are stable now considering that they updated the cards. I've been following it for a while. You can see that there's been a lot of stuff that's been going on thanks to the Cornelius virus. It's pretty sad, really. So, as much as I hate to say this, it's a pretty big situation. And the fact that there's been a lot of things going on that are really weird and really... Let me see here. Let me go ahead and talk about this issue because a lot of people are talking about what Amazon has been doing lately, removing anime figures. In particular, a lot of people had brought this up in the anime community because Amazon has been removing specific ones that have been have been something of a problem. I don't know why they did it, but according to a retailer has reported that a variety of figures of anime girls were removed from his Amazon-hosted storefront. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the main display here. You can see right here. With communications from the company stating that they were removing for promoting child exploitation. On February 29th, after the Twitter user posted the questions who did this in response to the recent fan reports to Sega, which led to removal of the ability to see Hatsumiku's panties in Hatsumiku Project Diva Mega Mix Switch, which has not a case of censorship but rather fixing an error. As her panties were not viewable in the other games, the owner of Chuck's anime store, Chuck Garneffel, whatever his name, Gaffney, or whatever his name is, I can't really pronounce it, speculated that it might be the same asshats that have been noticing on Amazon. And according to him, he said this. Now, according to Ganafa, rather than removing the item from his inventory, Amazon pressured him to manually delete delete his account. It's even worse is that Amazon wouldn't remove the listing from my seller's inventory and would threaten me manually to delete them or delete my account. The listing has been sold out for 5 years. Been meaning to get back to selling like I used to sell a ton of Figma and GSCs. Garneffel provided emails sent to him from Amazon which showed that they had removed multiple figures completely non-sexual for violating the ban of items that are promote child exploitation, depicting children and characters resembling a sexual suggested manner. Now, he had gotten emails a lot lately, and let me see what this one is that he pointed out. You know, I don't really have a problem with this. I understand that that's something that's like a, you know, it doesn't seem like a problem. Let me see what the other one is that he posted. Sorry about that. I got that from the source of the KIA is mostly a good source sometimes. Yeah, and they removed this one. I know what this is. Kaon character. I forgot her name though. And I used to watch that. I watched like a couple of episodes of this anime back in 2012. It's a very popular meme anime that a lot of people liked for some weird reason. Because it's like a lot of the otaku culture really is obsessive about this anime. And it's kind of weird that a lot of people talk about this anime a lot over the years. And it's a shame that the creator of the manga decided to stop making more manga because he couldn't really figure out a way to tell a good story when they grow up. Because if they're going to college and everything, it's going to be proving difficult for them. And it's kind of sad that the guy decided to give up on it because he couldn't really tell a story of the after years of them going to college, because it's kind of a sad story. But considering that he had stopped, I don't know why they would say that this is sexualized, because that anime was never sexualized in any shape or form. Sure, there's people that that there were crazy ass fans that like this stuff, but I hate to say it, but it's kind of true that those fans had a kind of obsession with this anime, and I know the otaku culture had an obsession with this anime, but it's not that bad, and I know Disney tried to show this show before. I don't know why Amazon decided to take this off, because it doesn't seem like a bad thing. It's just a girl playing on the keyboard, and they decided to remove this because they think it's hypersexualized, when really it's not, because I've seen this anime before, and it doesn't seem to be hypersexualized in any way. It's just, you know, the only thing they do in this anime is basically sing about food. That's the only thing they do, is sing anime about food. And yet, you guys, in Japan, it's kind of common, you know, they're into that culinary, food thing, and it's not like a fetish or anything. It's just Japanese back then. You know how they are. They used to be starved back in World War II. They starved a lot, and a lot of their a lot of the generation has to feed their kids or has to feed their friends and family because uh, it's sort of a tradition in their country. And what relates to their culture is that they love food. It's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's how they are, and it's not easy for them to make a living, especially in Japan. But I'm not gonna try to disrespect them. It's just that's mostly what they sing is about food. That's all they do, and the fact that they remove some of these figures and thinking that people would be that perverted to buy these figures, because really those figures are not this anime. I think it's a bit perverted, and I've seen this anime and I forgot what this anime is called. I need someone to explain to me this because I really don't know what Figma characters is, because I seen the anime and I recalled the main character uh, wished for flying panties, and I recalled this anime, and I couldn't remember what it was called, but it was a short-lived anime, and I recalled this anime was really popular with the otaku culture, and the fact that this anime, I don't know why Amazon decided to take it off, because it doesn't seem like it's harming anyone or sexualizing children in any way, but as far as I know, it doesn't seem that bad. To be honest with you, I could care less what Amazon thinks, because there's always eBay. I'm just telling you guys, eBay might be the future there. That's pretty much what I'm going to tell you. But I don't know. It's kind of a live or die situation right there, because you can tell that they've been doing this for a while, trying to take down certain animes due to child sexualization, which you have to understand. In Japan, they're trying to relate to a certain demographic, and that demographic happens to be, children, and you have to understand their school system is totally different than ours. They only basically learn math and all this other stuff as best as possible. And they start out, I believe, around 10 or 11 or 12 through junior high, and then until they're 16, and then they go into college when they're like in their 20s or something, because the limit that they can get up to is 18, and you have to really pass the school. You have to pass their college exam, which is very tough to get into as well. And school systems basically, okay, the kindergartners basically learn the basics of being in school, and then they go into middle school, which they basically have to learn the basics of mathematics and all other stuff. They don't teach that. They basically teach the living skills to children first. Then they teach the mathematical skills second. Then they teach the adult skills when they're like 16 or 15 or 13, around that age. And it's kind of how they that's how I believe that. That's how someone explained it to me. And the weird thing about it is that this has been happening lately, because I don't think they understand how the culture works. And it's a shame that they took down Hatsumiku stuff, because a lot of people have been talking about this, and yeah, it's unfair that people are taking down stuff. They're taking down these videos and everything, and it's like they're taking down like certain anime characters, saying that they're very over sexualized, and it's kind of sad too, because a lot of the animes that they have are pretty decent, and it's kind of weird. It's like, Jesus Christ. And it's like, I don't know. Yeah, because Chuck is owner Chuck of Anime Shrine, the voice of Chrono the celebrity Deshud. lead developer, gamer, and author, former model and columnist Z-List eCelebs since 2022, and he's from Rocky Point. If you guys want to see him, let me go ahead and give you guys the guy who has a business for anime. I'm pretty sure you can see here that there's a lot of people. It's a shame too, because a lot of fans are pretty upset about this. Oh yeah, the Final Fantasy demo. I actually played it. Yeah, this guy actually definitely was excited about it. I will say the Final Fantasy remake is pretty interesting. I will give them credit because I really want to play this game. I might have to upgrade my PlayStation 4. May cost me a lot, considering that the coronavirus is amping up the price for hard drives. Considering that computer hardware is prices are going up. Not as much, but I will tell you guys that it is going up a little bit. So expect that to happen, and it's better to stockpile some drives and also buy some drives and better hurry before Christmas or Black Friday. Because right now it's pretty bad because the price has gone up. And I will say this, it's not as bad as it looks. But man, a lot of stuff going on. Because right now a lot of people are talking about this. Apparently the account has been posting pedo shit in full 2 hours to gain 1,000 followers for posting half-naked 15-year-olds asking people which one would you fuck, and I'm actually fucking disgusted. Yeah, that's been happening on Twitter lately, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been... I don't want to, disrespect the Twitter thing, but that's been happening lately. This is nothing new. Alright. Let's see here. Comic-Con is refusing to cancel their Seattle convention in the mid-March, despite being the epicenter of the coronavirus in the USA. This is what Ethan Klein is posting right now. 100K people from around the country. This will be an absolute disaster if it's not stopped. Now, this is what they're saying right now. This is according to Emerald City Comic-Con. Since the interception of fans comprised of very core of Emerald City Comic-Con and all of the ReedPop, we speak daily in a great length about how to always put our fans first in everything we do. In the involving situation with the COVID-19 virus, the developments in the around the city of Seattle have most certainly been a forefront of our minds. As Emerald City Comic-Con approaches, our customers' base is central to ReedPop's decision, and this is a scenario that is no different. We value all of your voices and spectrums and feedback that we exception to have no refund ticket policy for our fans who are unable to or uncomfortable attending Emerald City Comic-Con in the light of the current events. We at ReedPop demand dedicated and running Emerald City Comic-Con, but understand that not everyone will be comfortable with the decision. If you wish to forego attending this year edition of Emerald City Comic-Con, we absolutely respect your wishes and will refund your ticket purchase. Details just how to do this will be on our website. We are committed to following the enhancing cleaning guidelines, precautions, and procedures that we recently deployed in our PAX East event in Boston and C2E2 in Chicago. We also insist that our fans and guests and exhibitors adhere to good sense and all the protocols have suggested by the CDC. We are fully prepared to adjust our plans as the situations in Seattle develops. We are following and remain compliant with all cities, states, and federal guidelines and directions from the federal, state, and local official public health authorities does change between now and the show. We adhere to the guidance and act upon immediately and update you. We recognize that not everyone will agree with our decision. It is in our feeling that this community values coming together and building connections, even if difficult times, that artists, depending on the fan relations, to keep their work and careers growing. And that is the very vibrance of what makes our community special, just this type of energy and optimism that can buoy us as a broader community brought to these challenges and anxious times. In short, we feel we owe it to the customers to grant you a personal choice whether or not to attend. Our staff, our fans too, we will be offering them the same options regarding attendance and working the show. In addition to extended daily work and hours, bringing you the best experience possible, incredibly long hours, and dedicated year-long building, Emerald City Comic Con staff are stakeholders in events, as well as we honor their personal preferences. Please stay in touch with us via our website. Personal preferences. Personal preferences. Personal preferences. Please stay in touch with us via our website and our local media channels as the situation evolves. We continue our enthusiasm. Look forward to seeing you in Seattle very soon. Mwah. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. I don't know, man. I gotta say that's pretty cool, though. Oh, man. They're not canceling the Emerald City Comic Con. I live in Washington, and to be honest with you guys, this is what's going on in Seattle. I can't tell you what location. I know that most people know where I'm at, and possibly they will probably send in the police after me. So I will tell you guys what's going on. There's been a lot of things that have recently developed, and it's kind of obvious that people are upset about this. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the anime guy who everyone is following. So follow this guy if you feel if he is reasonably telling the truth here about this whole situation with Amazon destroying his business because they felt that he was selling some Figma figures, calling him a pedophile and all that stuff, which I don't think he's a pedophile. I don't think he's a bad person. I think the problem is that Amazon has this issue and feeling that they are entitled to the idea of getting upset with him over the fact he was selling these toys, which a lot of people don't understand. These toys are not really harmful to, or promotes child pornography. I think the problem is that there are people out there that are very paranoid and very upset and oversensitive, that they would get upset over a simple toy or a simple figure and think it's hypersexualized in some way. Because I don't want to, disrespect anyone or anything like that, but it seems that some people may not understand this issue, but it does seem to point out some issues about what's going on in the industry as a whole, and a lot of people have been talking about this. Let me see if I can... I guess I better go ahead and do some stuff, because a lot of people are kind of concerned about this. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm looking at this. Actually, I don't really have a problem with this. It's just a hair care product. It seems that some people are upset over a hair care product in Japan, which is being commercialized by yet more complaining sensitive Twitter denizens, led to removal of another completely innocent Japanese poster in the time with Armada style manufacturer seller cosmetics medical products, becoming a target for cries deemed one of the most posters as racial discrimination. I don't really have a problem. At least they are putting out products for black people in Japan, because actually, there are black people that are living in Japan, and I don't really have a problem with this, because this image right here, I guess I'll show you guys right now, because it seems in Japan they had an issue with this image of a product of a Japanese hairstyle and getting upset about this. And to be honest with you guys, I don't really think, and this is from Sekiku Complex of all places, considering they are a blog, they do tend to get their sources from that blog, and they tend to say some things that are a little bit vague and ridiculous, but I don't really have a problem with this, really, because I know in Japan there are black people in Japan that live down there, and I do recall that there is a Japanese black woman that lives in Japan, and I don't think it's a bad thing, but it does seem to let me see if I can show you guys a Japanese black woman, because I remembered a Japanese, there is an actress that I recalled, a half-age, Hapa. You may recall, this is the woman that everyone's talking about. This is Hapa, I believe. Let me see, African-American Korean. Let's see if I can remember, because there is a Japanese black woman. And yes, there are, I don't mind Maggie Q. I like Maggie Q. Let's see if I could find that Japanese black. Being a black Japanese voice actress in Japan. Yes, Hafu. She's a Hafu. Not a waifu, Hafu. That's what they call them, like black Asians. Yes, they do exist. Let me see if I can find that woman. Let me see if I can find her. Let me see if I can find... I remembered there was a black Asian, and I remembered they had them. Like, I know this one's a YouTuber. She basically does, like...
Hi, I'm Rex Moore with The Motley Fool.
I hate that. That's kind of... Black Experience Japan, like that's commonly the Black Experience in Japan. Like it's not a bad thing. There's like a lot of black people that live in Japan, and they do it for college and such, and it's no surprise there. Hey Opie, what's up? What you up to, boy? What you up to, boy? Why you upset? Why you upset with me? All right, let me see if I can find it.
I was gonna make it work.
Welcome to the Melanated Files. In this series, we highlight and share the stories of black people from across the globe. Remember to subscribe to this channel for weekly videos and also follow us on social media for regular updates. Let's get into the interview.
Hi there, my name is Raina. I'm British, born and grew up in London in the UK. And our dear host Ranzo has managed to lure me out of my cave enough to be interviewed for this series. Just so you know, I'm completely rubbish at looking at the camera, but it's one of my hurdles in life that I really want to overcome, so here I am. And as you can see, this craziness, what's going on with my hair, that will become clear to you as the interview goes on in the series. So really pardon my awkwardness. I most likely will be looking anywhere else but at the camera itself. So let's get this show started. I hope you stay for the end of the ride, and we're going to the first question, which is, why did you come to Japan and how long have you been here? Okay, so I came to Japan to chase my crazy dream of graduating at a voice acting school, which I did and made it come true. Yay! So the first time was in 2004, and since then I've come back and forth many times, and then I returned in 2008 to chase the crazy dream. So let's see the next question. What drew me to voice acting?
Hey, how's it going?
What drew me to voice acting? Well, originally I wanted to be an actress at 9 years old, but I was actually dissuaded from that and told to focus on my talent in writing. However, I was in...
Yeah, there's been a lot of people talking about that stuff too.
You know, You know shit's getting ugly when all the places where you go to shop shopping
Oh, really?
have ran out of Clorox bleach.
They really did that, didn't they?
Yeah, some
Absolute badlands showed up, like
scavenged the living shit out of most of the aisles where they have bleach.
In Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Oh my
Where that
god.
where that thing hasn't even showed up yet.
Damn. Yeah, they really did that in Puerto Rico. Yeah, I'm in the red zone. I'm in the red zone of the state that's right now people only like 2 or 3 people confirmed dead. It's nice knowing and it's nice knowing you, man.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Yeah, and right now, guess what Reed Pop decided to do with Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle? They decided to move forward and do and not cancel the Comic Con.
Oh, wait, are these guys trying? Oh, so they want to pause people. Is that it? Is that why they haven't canceled it?
They haven't canceled it yet.
I'm actually surprised they haven't canceled the Comic Con as well in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, because the whole situation with the Cornelia virus is pretty big, and the fact that people decided, well, we're going to move forward and do it anyways because fuck the virus, we don't care. I'm just showing a black voice actors in Japan.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought it was interesting though because they didn't. This is a YouTube channel called The Black Experience in Japan, and it's a British-born woman named Reina who lives in Japan, and she had attended the voice acting school in Japan. And I wanted to show that yes, black people do exist in Japan. And there's also the Hafu, Asian women too.
not just the Hafu, but also not just the Hafus like Naomi Osaka, but also the Ganguro subculture.
Yeah, that too. And it's like I thought it was hilarious though. It's like they don't even know about that Hafu stuff.
Another one, Niga-sama.
Yeah, it's weird though because a lot of people are talking about that virus, and it's like, you know, I'm kind of scared though. I'm really scared of what's going on, and my family's kind of like worried about it too because I did find out the symptoms. One is high fever. One is what's up with the long time no talk. Well, I'll explain that one. It's sort of, there's a delay on this one. There's like a 30-second delay. And I apologize for not responding to the chat. Yeah.
I'm guessing she goes like this.
I would wish to see. I would love to see her do that. I would love to see her do that, but you notice that a lot of, like, especially that controversy with that one anime that they're doing a live action with, and they're upset that there's no black woman in it. Like,
what was the name of it? Oh yeah, My Hero Academia, was it? Or
no,
was it,
it was about that maid.
Oh yeah, the Promised Neverland.
Yeah, I think it was that one.
Yeah, it was the Promised Neverland because one of the characters was Sister Crone, who is in fact black. Like, she looks like she came out of the Boondocks black.
Yeah, that was kind of why they're upset about it. Is like they could have gotten, but I don't see that many African Asian idols in Japan that could do that.
I know that Mugen from Samurai Champloo is actually from the Ryukyu Islands, which has the Ainu people of Japan, which are actually darker skinned compared to the rest of Japan.
Yeah,
They're
because
the indigenous.
yeah, and it's like we all like they're like making memes like black Asians and shit. Opie, calm down. Oh, sorry,
well,
it's the dog.
I would say black Asia is more like well, considering what's going on in Pokemon as well, because there are people complaining that Pokemon has always had a bit of a racial problem, quote unquote, because of Brock being black. Honestly, Brock is Ainu as fuck.
Yeah, I kind of do agree with that. It's like he's brown. He's kind of a brownish character.
And this is coming from two brown men here.
Yes.
But Brock, Olivia, Lenora, basically all these quote unquote black. Well, okay, Lenora is black technically because she's the place the city where she appears in black and white is actually based in New York.
Yeah, that's true. But that universe is kind of weird though. Whoa, Opie, calm down, calm down. You're getting a little bit too rowdy. You're getting too rowdy.
I know a guy in Tacoma, Washington, who I wonder if he. I really hope he doesn't get that shit.
Well, it's kind of a small case of them, but it's like 15. That's kind of the virus. They're trying their best to contain it, and from what I understand from the news reports, a lot of people are talking about this on the news. Like they are trying their best to contain it, but it's like it's not easy because the three symptoms that most people need to look at is one is that are they getting a high fever, or do they have a cold? Do they have are they having a hard time breathing? Those are the three things that you have to look at.
That and runny nose.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I found a woman who is from. Let's see here. In Japan, Hafu would be considered a whole. Mixed race individuals and their families seek acceptance in a homogeneous Japan. So according to yeah, go ahead.
I know that Lin and Romy Park are half-foods because in the case of Lin, she's half Chinese. Or was it half Chinese American or something like that?
Yeah.
And in the case of Romy Park, who, if you guys have seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, voices Koichi Hirose, she's Korean, half Korean.
Oh, I remember the singer from the Macross F show is like Filipino and Japanese. I forgot her name though. But I kind of feel bad for her because they tried to her agency kind of got upset with her over the fact that she was doing a YouTube video and she uploaded it and she basically sang her new song. And I thought it was a really good song because it was basically promoting positivity and such, and they kind of were like denying that it ever happened. Let's see here. Let me see if I could find this chick because I see the article right here, and I'm gonna probably post it on the YouTube thing. See if there's
all things considered, I really hope that Japan never gets woke.
Yeah.
Because being woke is will only bad for your business.
Yeah.
I mean, regarding shit like the LGBT rights and all that, I'm cool with that. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. But when you involve your personal life with your business, like that's where you fucked up.
That's right, kids. Remember that. Yeah, considering that I'm talking about the virus and everything, and if YouTube has a problem with that, I will tell them this: you're not paying me to not talk about it, so you better pay me, bitch, to not talk about the virus.
Or as Mr. America said, "Listen, give me my fucking money."
Yeah, give me my fucking money. If you don't want me to talk about it, give me my fucking money. That's his truth. Because if you guys are gonna get upset about us not that we shouldn't be talking about and demonetize us, that's fine. But
I do find it ironic that despite YouTube being quote unquote socially progressive, they do shit like this.
no, they actually say they were socially progressive. Then suddenly they tried to demonetize all the LGBTQ content on YouTube, and that's a big surprise.
God.
Like, let me see if I can. I found this picture. Let me see if I can find it. Because I see a black Japanese man, Naomi Osaka.
Yeah, that's the girl who.
No, it's
Naomi Osaka was the, for those who don't know, that was the tennis player who destroyed Serena Williams, and
Oh,
then
really?
she had to apologize about it.
Wow.
Why the fuck would you do that? Serena's a cunt.
Yeah.
We all knew that.
There's another one.
pretend
There's
that-
another one. Sojami Jun.
Huh?
Sojami
Sojami
Jun.
Jun.
Yeah. Sojami Jun. Like, let me see. He's on the drama list. Prison Hotel. Like, this is the guy that does these little. His nationality is Japanese, but holy hell, he looks black.
Oh, you got to send me that. I need
Yeah.
to see this.
Yeah, let me show you. Let me give you to you in general chat. This is the guy. I linked it in the like his
Oh,
national.
Jun-
Yeah,
Jun Soejima.
Shojimi. Yeah, like he did a lot of drama shows.
Neko Samurai 2: A Tropical Adventure.
I think these are like short-lived dramas.
No, Neko Samurai is an action movie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
City Samurai 2.
Yeah, and it's like they're getting upset over this. And I was like talking about a hair product, and there are black Japanese people that live in Japan, and it's like they don't, and they get upset about them.
Well, there's also Japanese Latinos, especially the Brazilian ones.
Yeah, that's true. They do exist too.
I mean, for a brief time, a lot of Brazilians ended up seeking employment in Japan.
Yeah, they do.
And that's why there are people with last names such as Bruno Tatami or some shit.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Even I think Miss Japan, they had an African Arena Miyamoto.
Oh yeah.
Arena Miyamoto.
Arena. Oh yeah. She's actually half Black American.
Yeah.
African American.
And she was married to, and she became Miss Japan.
Yeah.
And we talked about that.
I remember that incident.
Yeah, it's like they kind of did that. Like, I remember that incident. It's like people talk about that, and it's like they get upset and try to defend the minorities, and it's like they're selling hair products to those people in Japan, and you guys are getting upset saying it's offensive, but yet they're selling those products and advertising them to the black community in Japan, and yet they're getting offensive about it. It's like it doesn't make any sense.
Founder, Ariana Mamiko Miyamoto.
Yeah.
Born to a Japanese mother and African American father, who was stationed in
Okinawa, Japan.
No, Sasebo.
Sasebo. That's up north, right?
Yeah, she's from Nagasaki.
Nagasaki. Oh yeah, that's up north.
Playing the class used the term kurombo. Kurombo. Okay, let's see what kurombo means. Yeah, kurombo apparently means oh my god.
What does it mean?
Holy
what does it mean? What does it mean?
Do I have to say? You're not monetized, so
yeah, I'm not monetized. They'll just I don't really care. It's like
Kurombo is the Japanese term. Oh wait, for nigger.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh man. That's what it means.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's mean.
Oh no, they got one called Shirombo, which is the Japanese term for whitey.
Oh my god, they really are going off on this one. Oh man.
I just learned that the Japanese have their own N-word. You like that?
Oh my god, they really went that far.
Yes.
And they're not allowed to say that word.
Japanese don't give a shit.
I know they don't, and I don't bother with it. I just leave it alone and let them be with their own stuff.
Hey,
how's it going?
No, I was gonna say, Kurombo-sama, how's it going on the chat?
Oh god,
that's terrible.
Yeah, did you hear that they censored like the first time Disney gets a censored movie in the world? Yeah, Onward is censored.
How the fuck is Onward censored?
Apparently they had an LGBTQ character in the movie.
Oh yeah, the Cyclops, the Cyclops police woman.
Yeah, and I didn't really, have a problem with it. It's just that I think other countries do because they don't want to see an LGBTQ character. But when we allow it, it's acceptable. But when other countries, and they say that we're global and everything, that we're going global with an audience that is so great. But when you find out this issue, they'd censor it. They would censor it. Same with the Mulan situation. They actually did some censorship with that too. Because they removed, like they gave the advice to the Chinese, like they're listening to the Chinese audience now, and the Chinese government.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Chinese, man, you should totally check out the how they treat black people in China.
I already seen it. I already seen the whole thing too. Especially that commercial that they did.
Oh man, that commercial really is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised no one talked about it in Kotaku. Like they should be like, I'm furious with this commercial. Blah blah blah. Like they always do that, but they never do it because they know that China would probably get pissed off at them and then kill them,
or lead them into a political prison. So they can do hard labor.
That's true.
I mean, kill them and use them as involuntary organ donors, like they're doing with the Uyghurs and Falun Gun petitions. Besides the Christians over there,
they already went hard on the Muslims minority in China, and it's like they don't talk about that.
You know what? I've been watching a lot of Serpent Saw and Law 185 besides China Uncensored.
Mm-hmm.
And that's those are 3 channels I highly recommend. Those are the same guys who do 80. Those are the 2 guys. How should I say this? Email / Lawai and Winston / Serpent Saw. Are those 2 guys who go around in China. And Taiwan?
Yeah, I
seen
their channels before. The guys from South Africa, right? The Sevenza.
Yeah, it's quality.
The weird thing about him is that, no fact, he actually was one of the founders of Otaku magazine.
Wait.
Yeah, he actually made a video about that. His friend he's like friends with the guy who made Otaku magazine. He was like a contributor for them.
I didn't realize the wizard was a weeb.
Yeah, Simba's actually did do, but he decided, nah, I'm not going to do anime anymore. I grew up with that stuff because he used to be a part of because he explained his story in one of his videos I used to watch, and I thought it was a really interesting story from him because he explained a lot of stuff. Like, I understand he likes to defend China, and that's fine because he lives in China, he has a wife, and he would rather defend them. Because he's like he said in one of his videos that he's pro Chinese, and I do respect his opinion on that because he doesn't want to be like mean to China because he explained in some of his videos that China did save his life and he is thankful for them and their culture and everything and the people that he lived with for a long time, and I can understand that. There's some issues that he has, but there's some issues he tries to, defend because he understands that those people are just trying to make a living, or those people are just, doing what.
No, we're not talking. He's pro-Chinese government.
No, he's more about caring about people. He cares about those people because he lived with them for a long time and understands their culture very well, somewhat. To the point that he would rather defend them.
Yeah, because there are people who are gonna say that the man is a sellout because he's pro China. No. Here's the thing. For those who don't, here's the thing. Being pro China and being pro Chinese government are two different things.
Yeah.
Like don't drag the people in this. This goes towards any other place like the U.S. or England. It's the governments, not the people, that you should be outraged with if you find any issue with them.
Yeah, because he basically respects the Chinese more, and he understands that there's a legal issue with China, and the fact that the government is having issues with their own problems. Especially, he doesn't try to say mean things about that because he understands that China has its own issues and how they treat people and how they treat foreigners. But he tries respectfully to understand that you have to respect them and understand that they can easily get upset about this, and don't try to put them on up front and call them out because they will go full blown upset with you. And I don't hold it against the Chinese, but at times, I can understand that the Chinese have their own issues and their own problems, and they want no one to get involved in this because it's a sensitive topic for them, especially foreigners outside of it. They don't like the criticisms. They don't like the things that can make people laugh at them, and it's understandable because there's been like the issue in the past with. The whole Boxers Rebellion, because to find out, the Boxers Rebellion was another thing that caused the Chinese to be that way because of the whole opiate addiction. The opiate addiction caused that, and a lot of the Chinese were like, no, we're going to cut these people off from it because we're fed up with how they're treating us.
The cult, and then there was the Cultural Revolution, which well, we all know the consequences of it. 5,000 years of Chinese culture gone down the shitter.
Yeah, because they wanted to erase the history behind it, but he didn't erase the place that everyone used to know, the emperor's home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Forbidden Palace.
The Forbidden Palace, which he basically used that as a tourist attraction. Which did help, and I thought it was a really good idea. Luckily, the what's his name, Ping, decided to preserve it.
Deng Xiaoping.
Yeah, Deng Xiaoping.
Yeah, that was the guy who succeeded Mao.
Yep, and Mao actually preserved that. He actually put a lot of effort into it. Oh, now. Oh, you got a cold too?
Oh, it's just yellow. It's just an allergy.
Oh, really?
I've been taking a lot of I've been taking a lot of vitamin C, and so I just bought some Centrum today.
Yeah, I had to put on the Vicks Vapor Rub. That's the old. That's what Puerto Ricans do. Like that's
the Puerto Rican cure.
Yep. If I gotta get a cough, I gotta put this stuff on.
You got a cough? Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah, Vicks Vapor Rub. That's the Puerto Rican thing that we do. Oh yeah. That's the shit. Yeah, that's what my grandma did. My abuela told me.
Oh man. Well, I hardly ever met my grandmother because she died of breast cancer when I was 5.
So, that's sad. Yeah, my aunt has suffered from it. They had to remove her breast. Even my mom suffered from it too, and she had to do the same thing.
God forbid my mom suffers from that shit, because I heard it's like hereditary.
Yeah, it is a hereditary thing that family suffers from, and the only way to do it is you got to get to a doctor and have them test it, and then of course you also have to, if they recommend you have to remove your breast, your chest, then you have to do it.
Yeah, it's the thing is, it's also a thing in men, because I knew a guy who mom took care of, who had male breast cancer, and that is something they don't bring very often. Yeah. They had to remove both. They pulled a gynecomastia on both his man boobs.
Wow. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring up another topic. Go
ahead.
What are your thoughts on Google Stadia?
It's a fucking meme.
Yeah, that's true. Like, everyone's talking about Google Stadia. Like, I knew Google Stadia was going to fail because a lot of, like, Google is making the same mistake just like OnLive did back in the early 2000s.
I mean, it's a fucking meme. I mean, even Ashes tried it, and guess what he did with it?
What?
No spoilers. But let's just say it didn't last very long.
Yeah. I think he probably broke it and throw it away in the trash, didn't he?
You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna spoil it. But check out the video when you can. He stores it in one of the drawers. The mad lad actually goes as far as to play it on a tiny CRTV.
Really?
Yeah, dude. One of those tiny CRTVs that I use for emergencies. He played a Stadia in one of those.
Wow.
What crazy shit! How the guy had to plug all the stuff just to how to play a Google Stadia game. I mean, seriously, cloud gaming is still years or even decades away.
Yeah, because we don't have the technology advanced enough to make it go like the internet isn't that fast enough to go.
Oh no!
Into 4K.
Yeah. You expect 4K resolution on a game on something that. Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen because we still have the old infrastructure from 2000 in the early 2000s for internet cable, and a lot of the companies in the cable companies basically try their best to remove. Like, they have fiber. Like, I know Google Fiber is still a thing, and they're trying to promote that, but it's not available in other states.
There is,
or even in ruined areas of America, cable's still a thing.
You know, there are places where they have faster
internet speeds.
Yeah, like Romania being like one of the fastest with like 100 gigabytes or something.
100 gigabytes per second.
Something like that.
Yeah, I wish, but let's face the fact that there's also the issues with trying to repair it, because I know cable companies won't do that. Like, they won't put the money down on removing the cable and replacing it. Like, they still keep the old cables in there in the ground and just not care about it.
No, I do also think that you know what's the sad thing about the Stadia? The fact that it got hyped so much.
I know, and I knew from the very get-go that they're saying it was cloud gaming, and it's like I knew that they said that this was a streaming platform type of system, and I actually was very familiar with this product because of the fact that I saw OnLive before. Like, let me see if I could find, because there are several reviews of OnLive. Like, I know, let me see if I can go to YouTube and see what's his name. Because I know one guy that did this OnLive.
There was also the fact that they claimed that you didn't need a console.
You didn't need a you can get on a computer and play games on it. And I know Classic Game Room did a review like 8 years ago on that system. Like, this thing was around since I could remember. And a lot of people talked about it. And then, of course, Sony bought out OnLive.
Of course.
And this was nothing new.
That Sony actually does shit. Sony doing shady shit like this.
Yeah, let me see if I could find that OnLive thing, because I know that let me see if I can find that YouTube. Here it is.
The science is...
Yeah, because I hate having to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and go on the main display. And I'm going to go ahead and 80s Comics. Oh, yeah, Classic Game Room. Like, he always does this. Like, he rebranded himself as 80s Comics because he's a comic book artist.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, he does have a lot of, like, really interesting videos. Like, from, like, the retro games and everything. And he does a lot of reviews.
Is he on the same level as Lacey Garrett reviews and other
Somewhat, but he was the original YouTube partner.
Let me get some.
The future is now. It's the OnLive game system. Cloud gaming at its finest. But wait, what the hell is cloud gaming?
Classic Game Room.
Somebody would explain. This is a cloud, and as we all know, clouds are magical because they're made by fairies. And fairies love video games, so clouds are filled with video games, stacks of them, and game consoles. Now here's a mere mortal human man or woman down on Earth with a little ball cap. We don't typically have access to the fairies' collection of video games in the cloud, so we'd have to go out and buy our own game console and our own games and keep them right next to us and play them. But thanks to OnLive, who negotiated a deal with the fairies, we're now allowed to play their massive collection of games in the cloud. You just can't hold them physically. So here's OnLive's magical teleportation beam with a controller, allowing you to play the video games up here in the cloud on your television, making the fairies very happy to share their games. That's cloud gaming. You got that? Good, there'll be a quiz later. OnLive, lots of games instantly, and you don't even have to wait around as they download because you stream them from the cloud to your game system or your PC. OnLive is more of a service than a traditional game console. You can buy the set-top box or game system to play games on your television or home theater system. Yep. You can play games that you buy or rent OnLive on your PC, and you're simply streaming them from that magic cloud through OnLive onto your television or your computer.
Okay,
so it's not the same.
I wanted to tell you something that the guy who tested positive, it was actually vacationing in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was in Punta Cana when that shit happened.
They killed him?
No, they contained him.
They contained him? Jesus. Mm-hmm. So he has the virus. Has it been confirmed, or they just?
Yeah, it was an Italian.
Weird.
Like the guy shows up, he's vacationing. He says he gets the symptoms. Well, I would say that the guy developed the symptoms while he was in Punta Cana.
Mm-hmm.
He probably went to China. He probably came from Milan, which is where most of the shit's going now in regarding Italy.
Wow.
The Emilia Romagna section. And this is a critical area in Italy because the Emilia Romagna area, the Emilia Romagna region is where all the Italian automobile manufacturers are in, like Lamborghini, Maserati, Fiat, all of them. That place, Milan, Modena, and all these other places.
Jesus. And that guy went to
Punta Cana.
Punta Cana. Ah.
Yeah. From our vacation trip, they're trying to check out if there's anyone else who has
the virus. It's possible that some of the people left.
Yeah, they have been checking out a lot of people who went to China and Puerto Rico who have been showing up similar symptoms.
Yeah, because I know that there's some Chinese that live in Puerto Rico too. And I used to remember when I lived down there for a year, I encountered a Chinese person, really nice person. He kind of gave us directions to a certain area, and he was nice enough to talk to us.
The sad thing is that I actually feel bad for the Chinese people.
I know they're really nice people.
Yeah, because they're being discriminated against in Puerto Rico ever since the coronavirus.
I know,
broke up.
I know, and it's like, I don't hate them, and I understand they're getting shitted on because of that virus, and I don't blame them because it's not their fault. It's just that someone within the government or someone that decided, well, I'm going to make a quick buck and sell these. Like, there was a rumor going around that I do agree with this type of theory, that someone decided to sell the animals that they experimented on and put them out there.
So basically, someone in that laboratory sold the animals that got tested on the Wuhan meat market.
Yeah, that was the theory. There was also the other theory that one of the labs one of the lab guys might have let it out by accident, like one of the animals.
Oh man. Yeah, and then there's the fact that I think it's coincidental. I really hope it's coincidental. The fact that the logo of the planet itself is a pellet inverted version of the Umbrella Corp logo.
I know. It was funny. That was literally a meme too, and it was funny too. That was literally a meme, and a lot of people were upset about that. It's like, that's something that a lot of people were well, I would like to continue on with the classic Game Room on Live thing, because this is the video, because a lot of people don't realize, because this is weird though, because a lot of people don't know what OnLive is, especially the Y generation, and why people don't buy this system.
Besides the fact that it's stupid tip.
It had the same ass you can buy the games, you can test the games. They give you like a demo of the game, and you get like a 30-minute demo, and you have to pay for it. It's kind of similar, and it's also in a subscription too. And you also have to pay for the game too at their prices that they set it up as. Like,
same thing where you'd have an awesome Sega Dreamcast and you'd open it up and you'd physically hold the game and put it into your Dreamcast or other game console and then play it. With OnLive, it's just accessing the Magic Cloud.
I know, but he's making fun of it.
Is the OnLive a substitute for a Sega Dreamcast?
That's basically your first.
Even the fairies will tell you that. After they slap you for asking stupid questions.
Yeah, because that system, because I recall that system didn't do so well in America, even though it only had like a few thousand consoles sold for that system, and I recall this thing wasn't that very popular because of the fact that people complained that whenever they get disconnected or something like that, or the internet's offline, they can't play that.
Oh, so basically it was online only.
It was online only. You can only and the only way to do it is by streaming it and playing it. And the thing about this thing is that it did a lot of things. Like you can see right here, the online play pick. Like they do the whole demo thing for old games or new games. Like the guy kind of tested out a few games on the system, and he kind of shows you the picks out the stuff that they did, especially with Assassin's Creed. Like I remembered a lot of the stuff that they did. Like Red Faction was another one that they put on there. Darksiders, like the guy tested this stuff. Like you can see right here, they did this in the past. And
wait, hold on. What year did this come out in?
In 2003.
Fucking hell. I used to be subscribed to GamePro at that time. I didn't hear anything about it.
On Live?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the same exact business idea that they borrowed it from. OnLive was a console that sort of was no physical copies. It was straight up streaming, cloud gaming type of thing. And of course, it got bought out by Sony.
Dude, you know that Black Sega Dreamcast actually brings me memories, because
yeah, it's the sports edition.
yeah, I remember it used to be like $300 back in the day.
Yeah, I always wanted one because, but of course they kind of discontinued the system, and my mom was like, "No, you're not buying that system."
Yeah, that was when Sega went broke.
I know. And it was a really good system. It's like you can even import games and play them. That was how good. That was how good that system was.
You can even play PlayStation game with a mod. For real, like you can play pirated. You can play pirated games in this in that console.
Yeah.
That's
that's even because it's possible with the action. I think it was action replay.
Yeah. Back in the day, since we're the Game Shark.
Yeah, the Game Shark as well did that too. And I'm just like, man. And I used to remember doing action replay thing, like putting in the back of the PlayStation 1 and then just play it.
Okay, so this came from a company called. Okay, so this was founded by a man named Steve Perlman, who was also responsible for the development of QuickTime, Web TV, MSN TV, and also a sketchy dude when it came to business.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because
okay,
well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, because I know that Amazon Amazon TV did okay with Amazon Prime. That's what they did with it. That became a success when it turned into Amazon TV.
It was way ahead of its time, but it was very flawed. Like it was ambitious but rubbish.
Yeah.
So it ends up that OnLive also had it says here that they also used this was also featured on Android-based smart TVs.
Oh yeah.
From Philips. And Vizio as well.
Yep. I have a Vizio.
there was even a flat rate plan, which supposedly is, and I'm checking out our Wikipedia. So, online confirmed the details of its playback flat rate payment plan on December 2 to any. These option players are able to pay a monthly fee,
which is $9.99. Which is $9.99.
$10 for unlimited access to recent classic indie titles in the online library.
Oh yeah.
And the subscribers will also get a 30% discount on their purchase merchandise, including playback membership.
Oh yeah.
So it got relaunched on 2014 as the as Cloudlift, but after that in 2015, that's when they got sold to Sony.
I know. It failed. That's why I know Google tried to attempt to do this. And they are doing the same business plan, the same idea, the same model that they're trying to do with Google Stadia. And this is something that they are trying to do. And that's why a lot of people don't like Google Stadia, because it's not it doesn't have that many games. Yes, they are having problems with it, but the problem is that most people need to understand that it's going to follow the same line as OnLive. It's the same business model, same idea, same concept, and they're ripping it off.
Yeah, apparently most of the games were from Codemasters.
Oh yeah.
Checking out the lineup.
Yeah, because most of the stuff that they have is basically you stream it on a box, and it goes into their computers. Which I know that I know GeForce Now is another thing that is doing the same thing, but it's a shadow box that they use for their own computers. Basically, it goes into a computer, it's streamed, and you go on the internet and play it. And it's also the fact that NVIDIA is actually doing pretty well, but the sad part is developers are pretty upset with them.
Well, as I should. I mean, considering the shit, if I had a gaming company and had felt towards that shit show, I would have been livid too.
Yeah, because a lot of people were kind of like upset about this because I know that I know that Blizzard got upset with them because of the fact that it's basically a stream box. It's basically using like computer hardware to stream your game and play it on your computer. If your hardware isn't that advanced enough, if you have like a GTX or an RTX, you can play that game on there. And you can use your Steam games as well, and it streams it on there. If you want to get on your like laptop and you're going somewhere and you don't have the hardware to play it on your computer, it allows you to stream it through the computer, through your laptop without that much of a problem. It's basically a shadow box.
All right, I'm gonna after this, because I'm just applying a couple two pics I've taken when I was at the Walmart and Walgreens.
Yeah.
But I do admit that the cloud gaming that would be like sorry. Let me start again. I would say that they were ahead of its time.
Oh yeah. They did it first.
And it's a shame that it never got properly worked on because, well, 2000 and early 2000s technology was not the same as 2020's technology.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, also companies like Comcast being shady as fuck. I mean, I'm not surprised regarding the.
It's because the whole they make this excuse about net neutrality, And then, of course, they say that they claim that net neutrality is a thing, but I don't usually see them fixing the problems with internet lately. Like, they could have easily replaced some of the stuff that they've been doing. Jesus. Let me see. What's up? Let's see. Hideo Kojima becomes addicted to Made in the Abyss, providing critiques.
What?
It's from Sakiko Complex. They always do these little clickbaity.
Sankaku Complex. Those
Sankaku Complex.
that parody site.
Yeah, but they tend to report some stuff that's really like legitimate sometimes.
So what are you writing about this child?
Well, let's see here. Hideo Kojima said. Let's see here. It's actually legit. It's actually legit what he says. Like, let me go ahead and see what he says here. Okay, it says right here, watched it Made in the Abyss in up to episode 3, and I recommend my staff. Took a while to get used to drawing, but setting of the Abyss is a big hole, and the world where it's very interesting. Still, it was a relic to me, and not quite trainy. Yet I dig into a bit deep. Like he watched the anime. Like he watched the anime Made in the Abyss. I'm not joking. Let me give you the post. No, hold on. Let me go to general. I'll post it on Holy shit, that is true. They cleaned out the whole freaking almost the whole store of that stuff. My God.
Yeah, it's also it's from what I've been told. The same where I go to buy my shit in, also having the same issue. One of the guys from Warwick told me that they might expect a new shipment of hand sanitizers alone by next week.
Wow. And I thought they don't. Oh man, my cousins like to buy that stuff.
You could
like I haven't seen Fabuloso. Like my cousins and my aunt buys this like the Fabuloso.
One of my nephews also have to buy have to buy hand sanitizers and then some.
Yeah.
They're also, from what I understand, they're also being taught to clean up their workspace, like the Japanese are doing.
Yeah,
they're taking it seriously.
Yeah, I know, because a lot of people are scared as hell.
Yeah.
And I can relate to that. I'm scared too because it's pretty bad too in Washington.
You're in the red area. Hell, even Tim Pool actually covered this.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm in the red area, and it's pretty bad. And I'm kind of worried about it too. Like I'm worried if I'm gonna die of it too if I get it, or I'm gonna get infected by it.
Oh God. God forbid it happens.
I hope it doesn't, because a lot of people are scared, and I don't want to. You know, in Washington, I'm lucky that people haven't attacked anyone or attacked any Asian people or anything like that. We haven't got any reports on that. It's just that a lot of people are scared, and yes, I don't want to take it out on the Chinese either because it's not their fault. It's just someone was irresponsible. Someone, either that or it was a man-made virus, and they decided to put it out there. And of course, you notice that a lot of these people are like covering it up, saying, "Oh, this is not a virus. This is not a pandemic. This is not like the hell it is." Already, it's been confirmed that a few people have died from it in the United States. and yet you want to act like, oh, calm down, everybody. This is not real. This is not real. This is fake news. And I'm just like, let me see what's going on in Honolulu right now. Yeah, I'm sitting in the ER in Queens Hospital in Honolulu. You're quite full of shit. Honolulu is trending in Washington right now, and let me see if there's anything going on.
And from what there's Donald J. Trump saying that that the situation is low. I mean,
yeah.
Donald, come on, dude. Let's be honest here. This motherfucker actually mutates.
Yeah.
Come on, how can you say that it's low? That we have a low risk, and yet people are fucking getting passed left and right in the case of Washington State.
Oh yeah. And a lot of people are living in fear of this, and this is not something I would recommend people stay calm and collective and not try to, freak out about this. They are trying their best to fix the situation. To contain it. And
the worst part is fear buying is a double-edged sword. I mean, I know people are prepping and shit, but no, this is not how you do shit.
I know, and right now they're working on a cure for this. They're working on a vaccine for this. It may take a while, but stay calm and don't worry about it. I know because I know that some people are panicking, and I know that in New York there was an incident where a man attacked a woman with a mask on, and I don't recommend attacking these people. I don't care if you're upset with them, but please don't attack these people. They're good people too. It's just, their government, it happens. I don't want to attack people. I remember when I was growing up, I remember a lot of Canadians got upset with me online because I lived in America. And I can relate to that. It happens, and it happens a lot. I lived in America most of my life, and you can tell by my accent. You can tell by the fact that I lived through the worst of times, especially with 9/11. And I know that people looked at me like I was the guy who blew up the building.
Oh.
Like, they looked at Puerto Ricans like that, too.
What? Do they think that all brown people are terrorists or some shit?
Yeah, like, they literally thought all, including white people, like, they couldn't trust anyone back in those days. And I remember they were asking for IDs while going on the bus station.
And that's it.
Yeah, and I remember that incident happening a lot back in those days. And it's sort of sad that these people are taking it to the extreme, which is fine, but be calm, stay cool, and cool heads prevail.
Yeah, keep calm and collected, and for the love of God, don't fucking stack up and shit unless you know what? Yeah, prepare, but don't go overboard.
Yeah, because I know that there's some people that got upset. Like, if you see a Chinese person, don't attack them, because it's possible you'll probably get infected if they are.
Basically.
Because if you attack that person and say, "Oh my God," you have to understand this virus can be transferred if you're like 6 feet away from them. That's according to one source that I read. If you get into 6 feet within their proximity of them getting infected, if they have like a cold or they have like a fever, do not attack them. That is the stupidest thing to do, especially in that situation. Because if you don't know, you don't possibly know if they're infected or not. that is the one thing you need to understand. That's according to one source. If you get in within their 6 feet from them, please do not attack them. Do not even try to engage with them. Just leave them alone and let them be. Because the infection can infect you if you're 6 feet within their distance.
Oh man, it's crazy. It gets worse when you're older. Like in our age bracket, since we're both in our 30s, it'll be 2%. But upwards around when you're 40, 50, 60 to 80, that's when shit gets real.
Oh, this is funny. This is funny. Kojima recommended a book by an American author. It's called Cyber Shogun Revolution.
I'm in a group that's called the Kinoplex.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it's basically like implying movies are good, the group. And there's and whenever they have a thing for Hideo Kojima as well, they actually call him Kino-jima.
Damn.
And considering that he recommended Made in Abyss, he thinks it's Kino.
Oh, did you hear about Chris Kluwe?
Who?
Chris Kluwe. He made a book called Otaku. She's used it to saving the world. Now she just has to do it for real. It's like some VR adventure, and then she has to save the world in actual real life.
A book called Otaku.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's an SJW type of person.
Let me guess. The main character has a Chunibyo what's it called? A Chunibyo complex. In other words, 8-year syndrome.
Probably. I don't know. But it's kind of funny how a lot of people are like talking about this. It's like, okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, the Island of Giant Insects. Oh, now they're asking for a Kickstarter for that anime. The Island of Giant Insects.
I know that there is a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I know that Platinum Game has a Kickstarter for a superhero game.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The Island of Giant Insects English dub final edition. Let's take the Japanese cult hit insect survival horror anime to a whole new level with an English dub.
This is the same man who has a blacklist of well over 2,500 people regarding Hideo Kojima.
Oh, really?
No, it's not Kojima. Sorry. What's his name? Hideki Kamiya.
Hideki Kamiya. Yeah, I heard that he is planning to do something.
Yeah, it's a game called Blossom City.
Oh god.
Oh wait. There we go. Let's see if I can. So apparently the final tier is Hideki Kamiya unblocks everybody.
Oh man, I kind of had to remove him because he was like the most toxic person.
Yeah, a lot of people get pissed at me because I say that the guy's a hack.
I know, and I had to block him because he was just so freaking pissed off at everything.
Oh wait. So you actually blocked him instead of him blocking you?
No, I basically left him alone and unfollowed him.
I don't even engage with that motherfucker.
I just didn't want. I couldn't deal with his complaining.
Is the man autistic by any chance? Because the man is a fucking asshole.
I know he is, and it's like he. I don't blame him. I understand. Like last time, I remember he got upset. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I got. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Oh,
Yeah.
JT.
I got disconnected.
Speaking of weep shit, go look at this. Guess who's coming to Puerto Rico's Comic Con this year?
Let me look it up.
Yeah, Funimation is going to have a special My Hero Academia section. And Monica Rial is one of the people coming to this fucking island.
Good. She'll probably experience the culture.
Oh, yeah. And probably getting that done. I really hope she gets that done. That chick is a coward. She blocked me on Twitter.
God, those people. Let me see that
Yeah.
word.
She blocked me because I stand with Vic. What a fucking bitch.
Oh my god. I don't have a problem with Vic. I met him before. I did volunteer work at anime conventions in Texas. He's a nice person. He's a big fan of Star Trek. It's just, you don't get that many people who are genuine enough to talk to people like him. It's just, I don't think he interacts with a lot of people, and I know that he is getting old, and a lot of people have to understand, I don't have any ill will towards him or anything like that. It's just...
But he ain't perfect.
He isn't perfect either. He can be a bit of a dick, but he's a nice person.
Well, yeah, you know what's crazy? The man is so dedicated to his fan base that he actually, from what I recall, he is not satisfied until he meets every single fan.
I know he's a very nice person, and the thing is, I remember when I talked to him before, he used to talk about his obsession with Star Trek. Because he used to go to the conventions where he used to talk about his stories about him when he was young. He used to go to conventions, the Star Trek conventions, and that was his thing. He loves Star Trek.
Yeah, the guy playing Captain Picard is quite honored.
Mm-hmm. And let me see, Christine McGuire's there. Okay, John Walker is coming.
Honestly, I wouldn't show up, to be honest, because
well, I know David. Let's see, David Harbour. David Harbour from Strange Things is coming.
Let's see. Pierre Capcom, Monica Rial, Lucy Christian. Lucy Christian, I actually have respect for to a certain point.
Yeah.
But
Lucy
separate
Christian.
the art from the artist.
Crawford Chaplin is there coming. Yeah, you're right. Monica Rial's coming. Colleen Klinkbeard.
Clinkenbeard.
Clinkenbeard.
In other words, Monkey D. Luffy.
Yeah.
Oh God. When I read that, I was like, oh my lord. Great. We got a lot of the people from My Normie Academia.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to be negative towards her because I understand she's just like, I don't like this group of people harassing me. Like, but you realize you called them names, right? You realize you did that because of the fact that they were fans of Vic, and they're still fans of Vic, but when it comes down to it, you called them names.
You insulted your fan base, which is a terrible mistake.
Yeah, because they were your fans. They were your fans too. But when you got upset with them for siding with Vic, and I can understand why.
Oh, and also the threats about calling the police on them because they are supposedly complicit.
Yeah. That they were a threat. You know, a lot of them the reason, and this would cause them to be skeptical of you. You're threatening them. You're telling them that they are bad people. You're doing this to piss them off.
You're blocking them.
You're blocking them. And that's the thing. It's like, you could, at least, I disagree with what, like, for example, let me see. I do respect one person out of all people, because out of all people, I do respect. Let me see if I could find. Let me see. Let me see. There's only one person out of all the people I respect, and that's. Let's see. Let's see. Man, I'm really starting to lose my memory. Mark Hamill, because even though I disagree with his opinions at times, he would not block anybody.
Oh yeah, Mark Hamill. Considering how the man is regarding Star Wars and how they fucked up his character, I would get pissed off too if someone fucked with my character, with the character that made me famous.
Yeah, and I know that Mark Hamill said some things that kind of really would piss off people, but I do respect his opinion at times. I don't try to attack him. I don't try to say anything negative towards him. I understand where he's coming from. And yet people get upset with me. And it's like, I don't get why they do that. Like, I know John Cusack blocked me.
John Cusack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got okay, so these are the Funimation voice actors who are coming. Kirsten McGuire.
Yeah. He's not into that drama. Thank God.
J. Michael Tatum. You know how much they're charging for the autographs and photo ops?
How much?
$60.
Wow.
Yeah, $30 for
You know what? You know what? The only person that I do respect that actually does that, and he's an old timer, but I do respect him. He charges $40 for an autograph.
Yeah, Brandon McInnes.
Yeah. And I actually got like 2 autographs from 2 actors that I really liked. The guy who played Cousin It, and the other one that actually played Buck Rogers. And I got his autograph, and he only charged $40.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, I'm a geek myself, but honestly, I don't go to anime conventions because most of the people there are consumers, and there was they barely know shit like they only do cape shit for the most part.
I know. I tend to go to conventions because I want to buy some stuff. Like, yeah, it's true. It's for consumers, but at the same time, you get to meet certain people. You can talk to people over there and see what their interests are and everything. But it's,
I mean, I have no problem. It's just that it's something that I wouldn't necessarily. You know what I mean.
I understand, because it's like, sometimes there's some people that don't want to go to these conventions because, one, they could be I forgot what that phobia is. Like they
claustrophobic.
Yeah, or they just can't go around like big crowds. Those are the type of people that don't like to go to those conventions because of that, because they don't. But
or someone who can't tolerate the smell.
yeah, like I can understand. There's certain people that don't like that too. Like I can relate to that. Like you can't stand crowds. You can't stand people that are in those crowds. It's kind of the way it is sometimes. Like people just can't stand those places.
And in the case of my family, they're not into them. They're not into that thing. Stuff.
Yeah, they're not into the fan stuff. But for me, it's kind of like, oh, cool, cool toy. Oh, cool, nice stuff. Oh, cool.
Oh my god, you guys dressed up as characters from Final Fantasy 15. That's actually badass.
Yeah, that's kind of the only thing I look at. Like I take pictures, but I understand some of them, like some of the cosplayers can get a little bit iffy about you taking pictures of them, but you have to ask permission, which is fine, because I understand that that's kind of the consent issue with them. Like they don't want people taking their pictures and posting them as a meme or something like that. Because that did happen, where a woman who posted a did a cosplay of something, and they made fun of her because of of what she did.
Yeah, some of the cosplayers are really have a massive ego.
Yeah, there's even some that I remember one who really wants to protect her image.
It's not Mama, right? Or Jesse Primore.
No, it was Mamoe, whatever his name is. Like, let me see if I can look her up, because I know Momo-kun did that too, but I never really had a problem with her. But the problem with her now is that she basically pissed off a lot of people in the community. Like, I know there was some people that don't like her because of her inappropriate touching.
Oh yeah.
Like, she basically touched other cosplayers. There was one person I did not like in the community because I honestly disagreed with her about the whole situation with her at MomoCon, and she basically kind of called me slow when I strictly noticed the policy for their convention that you can't dress up as, like, she was wearing a bra in her costume. And the issue that they had with her costume was kind of like, it was sort of sexual in a way, and it was sort of revealing. And the problem is, she's in a state that's literally the Bible Belt, which is Georgia. And they get real strict when it comes down to it. They would probably be like, "Oh Lord, you need Jesus." And she went off on me, telling me that I was being slow, when I know for a fact in southern states they enforce the dress code at anime conventions, and I know this for a fact. And it's not like the Jessica Negri situation where they banned her automatically from the convention just because she dressed provocatively. It's just that certain conventions have a policy to where if you dress too revealing, we have to tell you to either change or go, or you be banned. And that's what happened. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, I was checking something out real quick.
Yeah, and she got iffy with me about it, and I was just like, she blocked me on Twitter too because I pointed out that issue, and I know that a lot of her fans were really toxic, and I remember there was like a folder on her that was on Kiwi Farms.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I saw the folder, and there was like this live stream where she got drunk and was so frustrated. Like, I felt sorry for her. But I do not want to mention her name because she does not deserve any attention whatsoever.
The same with the certain thought.
Yeah.
You know the words. Especially pink-haired British whose more famous attribute was selling her bathwater.
Yeah, I remember that one. Like, she was
So-
literally trolling the whole community, and of course she got reported on really harsh on Instagram.
There was a guy who ended up his name is Beetle Giswaldi. He
Mhm.
ended up vaping that bathwater.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he just went there and started vaping on a screen.
That is the most dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's actually pretty infamous.
Yeah. And it's like, I understand. There was a lot of things. Like, I don't try to, I understand that those women are just trying to make a living. Like, I made a video about that whole situation with, whatchamacallit, the anime, the live stream, that live stream 3D anime girl that everyone's talking about, Project
Melody.
yeah.
Melody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that chatterbait girl, and then all the real life women are noticed because of her.
I laughed at that. I was just like, oh god.
You got mad at a fucking CGI anime girl
Yeah.
who does a better job than you do. 3D women, you are noticed.
Yeah, and it's like they got upset about that. Like I laughed at that too. I was just like, this whole thing. But here's the thing that they did wrong was they insulted their own fan base. They called people who watch their stuff
incels.
Yeah, incels and shit. Like, you lost people who you should have never said anything. You should have just left it alone. Let it be. Don't call them names. Don't try to hurt their feelings. But you did.
If only it was that simple.
Yeah, if it was,
isn't.
And it's like you lost your bottom line right there, honey. I'm sorry. That's my opinion on that. Like, you basically disrespected people who were into that demographic.
Man.
And this is the reason why they're into 2D girls. Or aka she was a 3D. She's actually a 3D model.
Yeah, that was actually interesting.
Yeah.
Lost Pause. Noble interviewed her while he was on VR chat.
And that's as that character.
Yeah, he entered the VR chat as Lily, his character.
I wish I had VR chat, and I wish I had the VR stuff, but that's expensive equipment right there.
Yeah, the interview is crazy. Like, there's some, like, Melody goes, tells us what she's into about. She really, really, really likes
legit
off-brand.
Like, she's a really legit, genuine person.
Yeah, she really likes dick.
I was about to spit my soda in that one. I thought she was into hentai and anime and shit.
Yeah, it's a general. Check shit out. That's the interview.
I might watch it, but as far as I know, I only got like 1 hour left, and then I gotta go.
All right.
Because I thought it was hilariously funny because they went off on the internet, especially that other event that happened, the OnlyFans links. That was hilarious. Seeing all the girls complain on the interwebs. I but I felt sorry for them. But I couldn't help but laugh at it. But at the same time, calling them names and saying all that stuff, you lost your friend. You lost all respect for people.
Yeah.
You lost my respect. You lost everyone's respect by what you said on the internet.
Yeah, unlike treated women, 2D women had never called me an incel.
I know. Oh, speaking of which, I got to show you something. It's like, let me see if I could find that video. There's this guy that's on the interweb that everyone's talking about on Twitch that got banned for, let's see, what was his name? For those who were wondering, his weapon safe. Let's say the pistol appeared to be a Glock. Safe action system preventing like, let me see. This guy got banned. I forgot what his name was, but he actually admitted he was sorry. And a lot of people it went viral. Let me see if I could find this guy. Like, let me see. Let me go ahead and link it to you.
Oh, dude, there is did you see Sonic recently?
Sonic? Yeah, I saw Sonic.
I watched both versions, the Spanish dub and the Latin American dub and the English dub.
What were your thoughts on that one?
Let me see this first, and then I'll tell you my thoughts.
I saw the English one, and I thought it was an okay movie, and especially when Jim Carrey carried that whole movie.
Oh! Holy shit!
Jim Carrey carried that whole movie. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he got drunk. What happened was, in that context, he got drunk.
He just shot a fucking hole. You didn't enter the mag at all, nigga. Holy shit.
Yeah, let me show it to the chat what happened. This guy, I forgot his name, but he like, let me see if I can get the play by play. Let's see if I can. His name is, let's see, Sor Carl. That's what his name is. Like, that's what happened. Like, he basically, let me see if I can get his, holy hell. Like, his name is Sor Carl, and he did this. Let me see if I can play this again for people out there.
Bitch, say I ain't got money. Say I ain't.
This is a mess. This is out there with that guy who hit his wife after he was playing Fortnite.
Yeah, he was trying to be gangster while getting drunk. You can see that he had the Coors Light and everything. That's hardcore gangster for a white guy. That was hardcore gangster. That's hardcore gangster. He's like, bitch, where's my money? Bitch, I don't have any money.
It's against shit. Yeet.
Yeet. It's like, for a white guy, he's like, he shot his mug.
So the guy, Carl Reamer or Sor Carl, is doing an apology video on Twitter.
I know. I feel bad for that guy for losing his partnership because of that. And at least he admits he was wrong and stupid for getting drunk and then pulling out his gun and then shooting him.
Yeah, you can get on Mixer, dude. Get on Mixer. You probably have better success now. I mean, Limma is in there as well. I mean, Ninja,
yeah. And he's doing somewhat okay.
You're supposed to get angry whenever you lose.
I know. And he was like, bitch, where's my money? Like, did you see the Final Fantasy demo thing?
Oh, that was the one with the Kotaku guy who couldn't even make it past the first level.
Oh my god, I beat that level.
I haven't played Final Fantasy VII yet, and holy shit, I can pass this.
I passed it. I passed that game. Even I'm not that good, for Christ's sake. And he got upset over that. And I played the demo of it. I even have a video of it. It's like I talked about my thoughts on that game. And, you know, I kind of thought the voice acting for that one was kind of cheesy. Because especially when they had, for Final Fantasy cast, it was funny.
And then there's the fact that the guy doesn't know who the fuck Ares is. Really? How can you not tell one of the main characters?
It's like, oh my god.
How retarded are you, dude?
I know.
Oh, I forget. You work at Otaku. Of course you're fucking retarded.
Yeah, I know. Those guys. Like John Eric Bentley was was Barrett. And his voice was like, let me see if I could do his voice. Like, Cloud, I want you to put the bomb on there right now, or else I'll shoot your black ass. Yeah, no, actually, I will shoot your white ass.
Pasty ass.
Yes, you pasty ass bitch. You better suck my dick. Like that guy that played Barrett was just.
Oh wait, didn't they have? Aren't these people complaining about Barrett being in the game because he's black?
Yeah.
Like the guy is like straight up giga nigga tier black.
Yeah, and the actor that's playing him is black.
And yeah, they think that of course, it's by default these NPCs think that all Japanese are racist.
Yeah, and it's like they hired this guy to do a job. He's a voice actor. He appeared in the Klingon officer in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, 7th season Chimera. Bentley won recurring roles in Heart of Dixie. This is John Eric Bentley. Oh yeah, speaking of which, that reminds me. I'll get back to this as soon as possible. Did you see Black Lightning? Guess who's in that show this season?
What?
Guess who guest stars in that show?
Who?
Wayne Brady.
Hold the phone.
Yeah.
Wayne Brady.
Yeah. And guess what he did in that show?
What?
He choked a bitch. He choked a bitch.
The absolute mad lad.
Yes, he choked a bitch on Black Lightning. He is known as he plays the character Grave Digger, and I watched the episode, and there was like one of the episodes he had a superpower where he choked a man, and he choked that bitch. Up in the air, like he used the power to choke a man up in the air, and I was like, he choked the bitch.
Does Wayne Brady have to choke a bitch?
Oh yeah, he did. He did. And it was one of the best episodes I ever watched. Like, it was like, let me see, what was that? What was that? It was basically like sequel episodes. The Book of War and the Book of. Yeah. I actually like Wayne Brady because nothing wrong. He was one of my favorites from Whose Line Is It Anyway? But the fact that he is an actor, he is a singer, but I understand he's an entertainer too.
He's actually pretty wholesome. If you think about it.
Yeah, and it's great to see him act in a TV show that not many people would watch, but it's still interesting to see him act in that show because he actually plays Gravedigger quite well, and I actually liked his character.
I can't believe he actually did. I can't believe he actually choked a bitch, and it wasn't on the Chappelle Show.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't on the Chappelle Show. It was on Black Lightning, and I was just like, he choked. Oh yeah, he definitely choked a bitch. That's for sure. It was so hilariously funny, and everyone was. I was just like, man, that he guest starred as Gravedigger. I would love to see him do more in that show. I just hope this season would be interesting.
I mean, the first thing that comes to Black Lightning is what that episode where he fights what was that other Lightning character on Justice League? Let's see.
I hope it wasn't Static Shock.
No. It wasn't a Static Shock. It was actually he was fighting Livewire, and then he tells her.
Mm-hmm. You got disconnected, man. Hello?
Hold on.
Go ahead and continue.
It's I pretty much
Okay, so I think it was season 3. Yes, it's part of the Arrowverse. Let's see here. And I thought it was kind of funny, though, because that show was actually definitely a really good episode. Jefferson's shocking connection to the Gravedigger revealed. So tonight on Black Lightning, the battle between Makovian forces led by Gravedigger Wayne Brady and the metahumans of Freeland led by Black Lightning Seth Williams continued to face off. And the book, it's basically the Book of War, Chapter 2. And I will say this. It's one of the best stuff I ever watched in my life. It is worth watching Wayne Brady become a supervillain and basically choking a bitch. So yes, it's worth watching. I recommend you watch Wayne Brady in action. He actually kicks some ass.
Oh.
Being a villain that he is, I would watch it.
I would watch it just for Wayne Brady alone.
Yes, because Wayne Brady. If they actually put out like a TV show of Wayne Brady, I would still watch it with Wayne Brady.
All right, so here's what she said. She says that she is so sunny, but yet the guy says you never had Black Lightning before. That clearly came out as you never had Black Dick before.
You never had this before, haven't you, honey?
Oh,
right.
you know what I've been watching recently. Speaking of loot shit, I've been watching Interspecies Reviewers.
Oh yeah, I watched up to 3 episodes of that show.
I think I'm on episode 6 right now.
I know, and the whole show premise, and I do feel bad that they got that Funimation decided no, we're not going to show it anymore.
No, there are some Japanese stations that are showing it. Some are just some are not doing it.
Yeah, because I kind of realized that they did that because they were like, we kind of feel that this show is inappropriate.
And yet some of them are actually like, you know what? No, we're showing it. This is primo loot shit.
I know. But I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it because it's like I watched it. It's basically for adults. It's not. Yeah, it's not kids.
The premise is basically we're gonna see if she's a good lay or not.
Yeah.
It's basically Pussy Monthly, and we're gonna be fucking every single kind of pussy there is.
Yeah, it's basically it's just fantasy girls. Like, you get your orcs, you get your, like, I didn't really have a problem with it. It's just a comedy, and they don't understand that. It's like it's just a fantasy comedy with fantasy elements, and it's basically the fact that they basically, like, you get like the reviewer from that had sex with an octopus girl. You have the reviewer that had sex with a cowgirl. You have, like, they do those episodes. Like, they had sex with a succubus and survived.
There's the one with the salamander.
Oh yeah, that too.
The one with the one where the guys end up fucking a bunch of spores.
Yeah.
Like mushrooms and shit.
I was laughing about that too. It was like, what the fuck are they doing?
You know what's funny? There's a lot of people that say that the theme song is kind of like a parody of YMCA. I disagree. I disagree because the here's the thing. The tune is more the likes of In the Navy. Especially with that part that says "Iko say," that sounds straight up like In the Navy.
It's like I don't know. That anime was weird. I don't have a problem with it. It seems like some people are trying so hard to keep that anime out of the blue. It's just kind of like when I remember when Sony released Queen's Blade on PlayStation Plus service when they did back then, and it caused and they put it out for free. They put out the first episode for free. And I remember I actually watched the fan subs of that series when it first came out. And
they didn't realize that
it had nudity, it had lewd stuff. It was kind of it wasn't a kid's. Yeah, they straight up didn't watch that anime. They straight up they didn't vet it out. Like they never really, pay attention to what they put out on the streaming service back then, because I remembered when they did that streaming that whole PS Plus thing service, they got like shitted on by family organizations because they didn't have a good vetting process to determine what should be put out.
And here's the thing: the Funimation themselves, they didn't review the fact that this was a hentai series.
Actually, it's actually an Anichi series because they don't show the sexual parts of it like that deep. Because Anichi's kind of like it's a difference between
borderline.
It's borderline softcore. It's basically softcore in a way. They're allowed to show the nipples. They're allowed to show the stuff, but you're not allowed to show the sexual side of things.
Unless you find it on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Because that's actually what I've been watching the series, and they have it uncensored.
Yeah. But when you see that they because I saw the the censored version of it, and it was they did somewhat of an okay job with keeping it like in the confines of softcore.
In the case of I don't know. In the case of the show is fat edgy, but it's like you said. But you can still see you can still see some areas that have the vagina. In the case of the Salamander episode.
Yeah, because I even though they tried to go that deep into it, it's kind of hard to determine whether or not it's okay to watch or it's okay not to watch. But at times, you see a lot of like. I just wish. I wish animes would have like the. I'm just waiting for a mecha anime to happen, another mecha anime to happen, because I'm sick and tired of like
isekais and high school shit.
Yeah. I just wish there was another mecha anime. Like I would even if it's terrible, like, there's got to be a mecha anime coming out in 20... Like, I got to look it up. Like, if there's, like, a mecha anime coming out in 2020.
Honestly, I am sick and tired of cake shit. I am sick and tired of isekai for the most part. Honestly, Konosuba is one of the few I can actually summon, and I'm
You
waiting
can
for the
tolerate.
next. Yeah, and then there's the fact that I'm waiting for the next season of Rise of the Shield Hero regarding Isekai.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with isekai sometimes. I'm just waiting until they decide to like I know that they've been trying so hard to because I really like that one. Like,
yeah, I'm also waiting for Tensura to come out as well, and the Saga of Tanya the Evil movie.
Yeah, I know that too. It's like there's a lot of animes that are coming out. Like,
I mean, it came out already, but I'm waiting for it to come out on the streams. You know what I mean?
I know, and there's tons of like they always try to do the whole. I know Rei Zirakara him as Isekai Sensu is coming out. Like they got another ReZero anime coming out.
Oh my god! I never got into that anime or Sword Art Online.
I know. And they already released that one. And it's already coming out this season. Like they got so many isekais that are coming out. It's ridiculous. Let's see what else is coming out. Shoko Zero Chronicles. Well, at least they got a baseball anime. Let's see, another isekai. I guess they're going by the trends with isekais.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Okay, what is this one? Shadowverse TV series. That's probably a mecha anime, but it's possibly an isekai. Yep, it's an isekai.
Well, truth be told, part of the reason why I like Interspecies Review is because it's an absurd comedy, and we need more of this.
Yeah, we need more of that stuff because it's like you can't really. Let's see, Gundam Build Divers. Okay, that one I can deal with. Let's see, what else do they have? Strike the Blood. Let's see what else. Evangelion. I know that Violet Evergarden is coming out soon.
Yeah, that's the final
movie.
One.
Yeah, that's the final one that they'll ever make. And I do feel bad for that company because they have been. It's sort of sad that they decided, well, this will be our final take, and hopefully people will like it. And they'll pay the family and the animators that passed away. Let's see. Let me see. Next year's one. Okay, so there's another one called X-Arm. I'll probably watch that one. Tatsuniki Animation 2.
I'll read back.
Yeah, I'm just reading all these things, like what's coming out is an OVA and a movie. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's coming out in the spring. Like, let's see, all of them. Fall 2020, summer. Like, there's so many, like, there's even the online anime ones that they try to do, like, promoting an anime. Peter Grill, Kenji, no. Like, I gotta look at this one, see what this one's about. X-Arm. See if there's any, like, there's so many animes that are coming out this year. It's kind of weird how the latest episodes. Alright, let me see what else is there that they recommend. Let's see. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really busy with trying to figure out some stuff because it's like there's a lot of weird animes that are coming out, and I don't usually talk about them, and I can't show them or preview them because YouTube will demonetize me or claim copyright on these things. And sometimes it's like I really want to show some of those things, But the problem is that a lot of those animes that I really want to view that are pretty obscure, and they don't really, some of them are like I'm kind of surprised that they put out Genlock and they put out the DVDs and everything, and I even see that it's not selling as much as they would expect. But I understand a lot of fans really like Rooster Teeth, but I do feel bad for Rooster Teeth because a lot of people talk about them, and especially their biggest anime was Ruby, and the problem with that one is like I don't really feel that this would be let's see what else they have. The top anime list of mecha animes. Top 10 5 lost anime. Let me see. What else are they coming out with? Let me see if they have it. Yeah, because I know that they're coming out with Hathaway's Final Flash. I know that because that's a Gundam anime, and that's based on a novel that is like a side story that they decided to do with Hathaway's Final Flash. I know I seen Gundam Narrative in theaters. That was actually a pretty good movie. It's just a shame that it should have been an OVA series, but they decided to put it as a movie. Mobile Suit Gundam Twilight Access. I gotta watch that one. That's a pretty short one. Brave series. Let's see. Neon Genesis Evangelion. I know that they are bringing out another, which is the last one that they'll ever make. Code Geass movies. I know that they did bring out some more. Oh boy, they really had to. Robotech. Let's see. Bubblegum. Crisis. Let's see. What else are they really continuing? Let me see what else they have. Oh boy, I know that they're not planning to make another Macross sooner or later. I know that Patlabor. I know they did make a live action series for Patlabor, but it didn't come out as well as it expected. I know that Sakura Wars is making a comeback with their video game. I know that's another thing that people are talking about. Let's see what else. Zoids. Oh man, they have Zoids Wild, but unfortunately I haven't heard much news about that. They're still continuing with that series, I believe. Let me see what else. What other franchises are they doing?
I know that the third season of Oregairu, or my teenage romance comedy Snafu, is coming out this year. The final. I've seen the first one for the anime podcast for Outpost, and frankly, it's alright. It's not good, but it's not great either.
Yeah, I can understand.
But the thing is, it's interesting how some people would find it relatable, especially with the main character.
Mm-hmm.
But outside that, I wasn't into it.
I can understand. Let's see, what else are they? Okay.
But I am actually waiting for. Well, the problem is there won't be a second season of Inferno because the voice actor died.
Yeah, there was another anime I remember that. It's the Full Disciple. What's his name? Konichi.
Greatest Disciple Kenichi.
Yeah, I found out the voice actress that played what's her name died.
That played who?
What was her name? The one with the glasses, the blonde hair. Miyu. She died, and they tried to do an OVA series, but it was short lived. They did continue on. They did continue on with the manga, but I do feel bad what happened because it was a really good series. It was a really good series. It's a shame that they didn't bother to make another one because it was hell a lot interesting. But I can understand that they had some issues with it. Let's see. A Cryptic Get or Robo Dash. That's an ongoing manga.
All right. So, Doctor, check out the chat. Check out the chat. Doctor No is
Doctor. Chat. Oh, really? What did he ask? What did he say?
Which one would be woke?
Oh boy, let me see. Right now, my YouTube thing is fucking up lately. All right, let's see my videos. Let's see if it's continuing.
Will there be a big rant at the end?
People are talking about. Let's see. Yo, read chat. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. My chat's been having problems lately. What's up, Dr. No? Tonight, Nurgle is talking to Night Off. He's spending time with his new kid. Yeah, I know. I heard about what happened. And I'm sorry for the delay and everything. It's just my internet's been messing up lately. And I know Nurgle, I actually congratulated him. I'm well aware of what's going on.
Oh, he's got a new kid?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Slaanesh and Nurgle had a kid. And they showed it on... Yeah, I'm not going to show the picture because I don't want to, endanger the kid's life.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, because I know...
He
showed it. He showed it, and I'm glad he's taking a break to spend time with his family, and I wish him the best. I know he's a good guy. He's a really good friend to have around because he always and for one I do agree with him at times. Even though we disagree on certain things, he has the right to. I will admit that he has the right to do whatever he wants.
Very.
Yeah, so he does a far better job with taking a break with his audience. Oh boy, let's see here.
It's been a while since I've actually been on the stream.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get on live stream because I was so busy with work and everything. And it's not easy for me to admit this because a lot of people don't realize I've been so busy with work. I've been trying my best to get things done. And a lot of people have been... But it was short-lived. Yeah. Like, I really should just be careful. Because I've been working a lot. I actually got a job, and I'm kind of glad about this job because it pays pretty well somewhat.
And you get to find some good used games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but did you hear about what's going on with GameStop?
They're not selling comics anymore?
They're having problems. They've been having dwindling sales.
That's what you get when you put Funkos on your fucking stores.
Well, it turns out they've been firing people left and right. Like, they got rid of their management and then they replaced them. And right now, a lot of people are talking about that whole issue with GameStop.
I know that they're also they've been selling comics and it didn't last very long.
Oh yeah, they tried to sell Dark Horse comics. Like I remember they tried to sell like the Overwatch comics on their store, and a lot of people didn't seem all that interested with those books.
Because they were woke?
Not really.
Yeah, partly.
Partly. It's just a lot of those books didn't sell that well. They didn't attract that sort of audience, and I know that some people like to just go into that store and buy like. Mostly, they sell like the Funko Pops and such.
I see like a whole aisle of them at Walmart besides Walmart.
Yeah, I know, and
they're just fucking disgusting to look at.
Yeah, I know, but the weird thing about the job that I'm at, you know, I'm not too worried about them. You know, I understand that they have really big long-term plans. But I do feel bad. I do feel bad that GameStop is because they basically wasn't like what it used to be. Like one person pointed out that store's business practices, especially how they treat their employees and everything, trying to convince people to pre-order. If you can't get people to pre-order, you're fired.
And then there's the fact that they keep shoving their Game Informer restrictions in your face.
No,
I don't want to subscribe to your rag. Fuck off! I just want to play my game.
Yeah, I know. It's like a lot of people don't want to buy the subscribe to it. Like I can understand this whole issue with them, but they have to understand that like already, you know. It's sort of sad too because a lot of people are just like making fun of it.
Considering that most of the games in that magazine are first-person shooter games now.
Most of them is RPGs. Most of it is like, you know, open world stuff now. That's pretty much what it is.
That's up.
Like it's kind of weird. Like, Jesus.
Well, if it sells. But,
yeah, I know, and right now, you know, it's pretty bad. Especially when I found out from there's a YouTuber that used to work for I forgot his name though. He talked about GameStop, and he basically talked about his experience at GameStop because he lived in Alabama, and he talked about the fact that GameStop had been. Like they had this guy that basically was employed by GameStop, and he basically brought a prostitute to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he talked about that story, and a lot of people can confirm that story was true because the boss that he worked with basically hired a prostitute while he was on the clock.
I like how you say on the cock instead of on the clock. I heard like on the clock.
On the clock.
On the cock.
On the clock because he was working on the clock, playing that game, playing with that, letting that girl play with his joystick.
Oh yeah, you can tell. You can tell she was getting a high score.
Oh yeah. Like a lot of people are talking about that whole issue. Like it's pretty bad. Like it's sort of sad that they kind of resorted to that whole issue.
Let's see. There is a movie-wise. I watched. I was gonna tell you about the Sonic. My Sonic.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was actually better than I thought.
Yeah, I actually liked that movie. It was actually a pretty good movie.
You were saying?
It was actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah. The fact that there's a lot of references here and there. Like the joint that the call makes.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim Carrey as Dr. Redman.
Actually, Dr. Robotnik, or AKA Eggman. Yeah, the Japanese version. And they refer to him as Eggman.
You know, I'm actually surprised that people don't call him. I'm actually surprised that people don't call him Dr. Ivo Robotnik. It's just Dr. Robotnik or Redman.
Or Eggman, because there's like two different versions that they called him as.
And then there's the fact that Sonic makes an appearance in that movie.
I know, I saw it. I was like, the meme that everyone remembers. Like, the guy who, he was like, have you seen this? I saw him too. Is the Blue Devil. Oh boy.
I can't believe that these mad lads actually added Sonic.
Oh yeah, red versus blue. That's the question.
I like red versus blue. I don't know what red versus blue is.
It's basically that Halo series that Rooster Teeth did back in the days. It was in the early 2000s when the internet was.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched that series too. I remember watching it, but when they first started out, it was like that's how they started out. They used Halo, skins and everything, and the actual Halo game to film it.
Which one will be woke? Which anime will be woke? Well, High Garden Spice, but that's not even an anime, and apparently that's coming out.
Yeah, Warner Brothers decided to bring that out. Yeah, I did watch the Thundercats Roar thing. It was like I didn't like it.
Oh, yeah, that is cursed. That is motherfucker.
Yeah, because they say that's comedy, but I could barely laugh at that thing.
Oh, so it's worse than I thought.
They try to do the whole obvious joke thing, like, oh, he's gonna go run up there and use his sword to go alone and try to kill things. And I'm just
if that's comedy, there's a reason I don't bother watching Cartoon Network anymore.
Yeah, there's a reason why I stopped watching Cartoon Network. Especially, they keep showing the same old, like they keep showing the Teen Titans Go, like every freaking day. Like they can't even they don't even have the budget to make
They don't even do reruns of classic shows because Boomerang is pretty much gone from what I recall.
Yeah, because they couldn't really, like the old cartoons tend to attract a lot of people. That's why I noticed that Discovery is like bringing out like the Transformers, the G.I. Joe early in the mornings. Like they're doing the Discovery Family thing.
Wait. Don't they have Discovery Kids? Oh wait.
They did.
I forget that Discovery Kids, where I live, is from 0 to 3-year-olds.
Yeah, and they're showing like G.I. Joe.
The thing with Discovery Kids was back in the day, back when they were starting out, it was really fucking good. I used to watch shit like Art Attack, How To, and the Twist, and the Family Twist, which is an Australian adventure series.
Yeah.
They even had shows with Jeff fucking Corman.
And they're showing the Transformers, like the original Transformers show.
And the Coconut Hunter.
Oh yeah, that I remember.
Why can't they stick with that? Why can't they stick with that and just do another Discovery Channel called Discovery Preschool?
Yeah.
Right.
Like Discovery's doing okay because for some reason they're doing like Tooncast and all that other stuff. Like they're showing the Jetsons, they're showing the I was like watching the promos and everything. Like that's kind of like what it's basically Tooncast is like the Latin American version of it. Like I was like watching like this morning. I was like watching like Transformers, G.I. Joe, and maybe some of those like new kid shows that they bring out, like the 3D animated shows. But that was pretty much it. Like they were showing like, let me see.
So
Pound-
they're showing.
Yeah,
so
they're showing G.I. Joe, Pound Puppies, Popples. I remember Popples. Pac-Man, Ghostly Adventures, Tarzan and Jane. Like they're even showing like the Treehouse. Like, let me see, what else are they showing for kids? Like the Littlest Pet Shop, like Transformers Rescue Bots, Transformers Prime. Like they're actually showing like the old like My Little Pony shows.
Oh, dude, get a load of this. Check out the chat. Who is financing you flat earthers? If NASA was powerful and liar, NASA won't let you propagate like that, and if you will look like to NASA a serious problem. We talk about the Earth was how the Earth was flat or something.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Earth is a cube, son. Earth is a flat Earth, as Madonna is a version. NASA could...
Yeah.
Yes, if you want to understand who finances the flat earthers, NASA is the powerful... Well, I wish I could go into space, man, and get the heck off this planet. That's the truth, man.
Honestly, who is financing flat earthers?
Amazon?
No. No, it would be the Bilderberg.
Yeah.
The Earth is as flat as Beyonce is a virgin.
Oh, God.
Yeah, here's the thing. The Earth is as flat as Jennifer Lopez's ass is real.
Yep.
And in the case of the Earth is as flat as Lady Gaga is a woman.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think it's the Italian. It's a manly features on the Italian women, but they look like men.
Yeah, there's some women that look okay. But some of them look... I think most of them look muscular as hell.
Say the Earth is as flat as I say that Biden doesn't like snipping underage girls' hair.
I know, that's kind of what they're gonna do.
Oh, God. Speaking of, I can't believe this nigga is fucking winning. Like, damn.
Yep, he is.